Hello everyone and welcome back to Shaggy's Car Shop. On tonight's episode we're going to be attempting to install the rear axle. It is a 4-link kit that I got and a modified Ford 9-inch rear end. I'll bring you over and show you that here in a minute, but I'll bring you along and I guess we'll figure out how to try and install this thing. If you want to see more videos like this, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Without any further ado, let's get to it. Alright folks, what I have here is a narrowed Ford 9-inch rear end. I ordered this through Ridetech. It was built by Currie. I got a few extra added options like this fill cap here. There's also a drain plug on the bottom. Seems to be built very, very, very well. And then since I ordered it through Ridetech, it is built to fit right up with that 4-link cradle. Now, if you're looking at doing this possibly to your F-body, they do, with that 4-link kit, they do send all the ears to weld onto your standard 8.5 inch rear end that came with your car, or 8.2. Other than that, I ordered, this is a quick performance rear end. It's in a Yukon housing. It's got 370 Eaton True Trac, 31 spline axles, and then at both ends I do have the start of my Willwood brake set. I don't have the calipers or anything on there, or calipers or my discs, just due to the moisture where I live, so I didn't want it all to rust up. But that's what I'm working with. So with this kit, if you do order any of this, it comes with your shock mounts, and it's going to be coilovers on the rear end. I put all this together off camera. It is your shock mount, and then it tells you where this, my car originally had a multi-leaf spring, so it's telling me to mount it in the middle. And then same thing with our shock mount, it said to use the middle 2 holes, whereas if it was monoleaf, you use the bottom 2, and then you put it in different places. And then you can adjust for different ride heights. I guess I'll bring you back here in a minute once I get this set down onto my creeper and slid underneath the car, and we'll try and get things started putting together. My goal is to slide it in on the creeper and then use a jack to lift it up, and then get my upper mounts in and then my coilovers. Alright, let's get to it. Alright, so again, like I mentioned before, we're going to be going for the middle hole of these 3, and then same thing on that side. So I'm starting on the driver's side first. They got these little spacers you guys slide in. And then you get that down in there and run your bolt through. So my goal is, once I get these 2 bottom ones, is try and lift it up and rotate it on my creeper, and then get a jack underneath it and jack it up so I can get in my other 2 links up on top. That's the plan. I guess we'll see how it works. And then these are double rag joints, so they are adjustable on both sides. And then same thing with the other 2 links. So this is a very adjustable system. And then once I get it taken in for an alignment, I guess we'll know how good that is. But all right, let's get to it. And then on the back side, these are nylock nuts. So and it's a 15/16 socket. Now in the instructions, it didn't give me a torque spec for these. It just said tighten them up until all the slack is out of here. So that appears to be it. And then when I'm finished, I'll once I get this up in here, I'll go on their website and see if I can figure out some sort of torque spec for these, since it's not in my instructions. But all right, let's get to that passenger side. And again, some of you might wonder why I'm using a creeper to slide this around and everything like that and doing it this way. It's the best way I could figure working alone. I work alone 90% of the time in my shop, so you kind of got to learn to figure things out and do things with only one set of hands instead of 3 or 4. It does make it difficult sometimes. And there we go. All right, my lower links are connected. Now I'm going to try and figure out how I can spin this on here. Alright, now that I got it back on jack stands, I'll have to slowly inch them forward because this whole rear axle will move forward about 6-8 inches to about right here rather than where it is. As I turn it, it should move, but alright, hopefully I don't drop this. All right. Alright folks, now that I have this all loosened up and about the same distance on each side, which I should have done in the first place, but we'll get these bushings in here and then the bolt. Like that. And we'll just tighten her up a little bit. Get these bushings in here. Just like so. And get this bolt through here. And then we're going to do the same with this side. We'll just loosen it all the way up and get it ready to adjust. That one, I'm going to try and adjust this rear end over just a smidge because that is all the way tight, but that's all right. So we have lots of adjustment on them bottom ones to swing it for our pinion shaft. And who knows, once we go up, we'll see what angle it's on for our springs. one's snugged up all right. Alright folks, let me get this up in here and I'll bring you back once I'm assembling my coil springs. Alright folks, we're going to assemble our rear coil springs. So I already did one, so I could kind of figure out what I was doing. And then we'll have you guys come along for the other one. So on these I got from Ridetech, what it says to do: spin the bottom retainer around a ways, like so. Then there's a little plastic thing in there you gotta remove. Then you throw on one of these bushings on the bottom. Then you take out your coil spring. Set that on there, and you take your shock adjuster, turn that all the way in. And then this is a little Torx in here. Basically, you spin that knob all the way in. Throw your other bushing on the top side. And by taking that knob off, it allows you to slide this on over. Get that set down on there. And you take out your retaining ring. Slip that over. And that sits right in there. And then I just snug this up just a little bit. Not a whole lot, just so it's tight enough in there. Then you take and put your little adjuster knob back on. Just like so. And then last but not least, there's a little locking bolt that goes right in there. And I'm not tightening any of this down because, again, I don't have any weight on the car. I'm just trying to get it to where I can make this car a roller. And there you have it. All right, I'll bring you back once I am installing these into the car. All right, folks. All I did was just hang these in here. So I need to snug them up a little bit. Difficult. And I'm gonna get this other one real quick. Alright, now all I'm going to do is lift this up until I can get these on here. And that'll be that. Then just tighten down the nut on them and then wait till I find some tires to put on here. little too much there. Alright folks, so I figured out I have to lift this back up a little bit and pop these shocks off the lower shock mounts because I forgot the bushings that go on the inside and outside. After that, I'll be able to torque these up. I checked my book. The top ones are supposed to be at 55 foot-pounds and the bottom ones are at 40, and they have a nylock on the bottom as well. And then on these link mounts, I did a whole bunch of researching and I wasn't able to find an actual torque spec on any of them, but most people said they were just torquing them between 60 and 70 foot-pounds, and again, the instructions just say to torque them until the gap is missing. I know on them front ones I think I did 90, so I will probably do 60 to 70 foot-pounds of torque on them and get them torqued up. But first thing first, let's get these shocks back off of here and get the bushings in so we can get this stuff together. And there we go. Alright, and again, these top bolt is a 3/4 inch for the size of the bolt head, and the nylock on the back. And then these bottom shock mounts are 5/8, and they're supposed to be at 40. So let me set my torque wrench back down. snug them up with a regular wrench first. Take too long with a torque wrench. And there we have it. Alright, I'm going to get the rest of these all torqued up, and then I will bring you back and show you what it looks like under here. Alright, be back with you in a minute. Alright everyone, there you have it. This is a narrowed Ford 9-inch rear end with 4-link and coilovers in a 69 Firebird. There's what it looks like. Alright, we'll try and get you guys a side view of it too. Alright folks, that's it for tonight's video. I hope you enjoyed and get to see me throw a Ford 9-inch into a first gen F body. Some of my upcoming videos, hopefully this weekend I'll be starting to hang some sheet metal on this. My front fenders, maybe that nose area, and I doubt I'll get to the hood this weekend, but you never know. Otherwise, if you guys want to see any other videos that I've done right in this general region, I'll throw up my subframe install and maybe my Raptor liner video. But other than that, thank you guys for watching Shaggy's Car Shop. We'll see you on the next one. Thank you.